Disaster saves. Not a single part of Germany is still occupied by Germany, so this can only get worse as we look closer. It's not on Iron Man, so there is that. Historical focuses are on, but that means nothing. Let's see how bad this is. First off, I see we have units. I can work with this. But before we look at that, who are we actually at war with? Okay, we're in the Central Powers, and everyone except Greater Portugal has capitulated. And if Portugal goes, the faction goes. Oh no. Oh no. Then looking at our enemies, the Allies, who appear to have all died except for the United States, which is good. Let's organize. We have some units. The infantry's not bad, but I would add some more artillery to it. I'll see what you actually have in a bit. The tanks are horrible. It's 1943 and you're fielding these? No, this won't do. This won't do at all. And the rest is probably what you'd expect. So research, atomic research isn't going to save you at this point. Let's put that towards AA. Rubber and fuel refining is probably going to be handy. Basic guided missile. Again, it's not going to save you. I'd put that in oil or in infantry tech. Ooh, actually this Sonderkraftfahrzeug. Mostly because it also boosts trucks, which is going to be good because trucks will be my tanks this run. Speaking of tanks, yeah, trucks will be my tanks this run because you've done zero tank research since 1943. I'm going to dedicate some research to tanks, even if it's just to get the modern tank chassis eventually, but we'll have to finesse our way to tanks. All right, so how are we going to do this? I will be fighting for my life here. Fortunately, we have a navy, a huge navy. I kind of wonder how you got it, but let's organize that into one big blob. I'll split off all the submarines and we'll reorganize from there. Then Air Force, not really much going on here. I'm going to delete everything and reorganize. Now, before we start, I want to mention our partner, Data Seal, whose mission aligns very well with this channel. Have you ever been concerned about your home address, date of birth, or other personal information being readily available online for anyone to find? Well, Data Seal has developed an automated data removal solution that deletes your personal information from over 80 people search sites and data brokers. Use the link down below in the description and comments to run your free privacy scan to see if you are exposed and get 5% off your subscription. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, if we're gonna do this, use the Navy to naval invade, obviously, and to also shield Greater Portugal from future harm, because if anyone lands troops in Greater Portugal, we die. I will probably need to set up some garrisons on Portugal as well with whatever spare troops I have. As for my only realistic axis of attack, since we're not at war with Denmark, and they appear to be going full neutral here, I'm thinking land troops here around Hamburg, cut across, and just take Schleswig-Holstein and use that to push out from wherever possible, reclaim factories, reclaim manpower, just take Germany back tiny bit by tiny bit. We want to keep the front as small and narrow as possible and just use troop quality to bleed out the Soviet Union. Speaking of, the Soviets have only taken like 600k casualties. That's nothing. While you have somehow taken 2.4 million casualties. I don't know how this happened. This makes no sense. A couple of things I want to check. Your doctrines. So you've gone mobile warfare without using any tanks. Pretty bad, but really in no position to change it because you're using the manpower from Desperate Defense. It's 5% extra recruitable pop. Until I found a way to make up for that, I'm afraid I'll have to stick with this. Now we're going to war economy. A little late. We're also going to start with extensive conscription, or do I want to go to service by... You know, I'm going to go straight to service by requirement. That brings us up to 10%, so I'll mobilize another 2% if I get rid of the Volkssturm and non-discriminatory conscription. Okay, this might be bad, but I have very little options. We're going to go superior firepower, unlock as much of this as possible. We want to be in the best position possible when we make our counterattack. So we're still mobilizing about 2%-ish. We can always go up further. I'd rather not. Daily support for non-aligned is pointless by now. Let's go with the war industrialist, I think. Unless we want to get communism going. No, war industrialist it is. I'll get an aircraft designer, but it's meh. Same with a tank designer is a bit meh. A little late for all that. Chief of the Air Force, might as well. Chief of the Navy, sure. I got plenty of political power to spend, so might as well spend it. Ship designer, hell, while I'm here. Decisions. I'll recall von Lettow-Vorbeck. He's really great. I suggest you Google the man. Let's also get domestic film industry, more war support, radio propaganda, more war support, and we might do the others as well. well. So I'll put 24 divisions under von Kluge and von Witzleben. We'll use these as our naval offensive. We will try and take Kiel and the rest of Schleswig-Holstein. Gives me an extra 10 units to use elsewhere. I'm tempted to send them to Portugal to make sure Portugal doesn't fall, but I might just need them to defend whatever I'm able to claim here. So let's just move every single unit we have to Norwich. Recruitment, yeah, you get to be dispatched as well. So 11 divisions. Okay, the Navy is reorganizing. I don't want to bother with their deployment zones. That's fine. Production. So we'll need guns. We'll need support equipment. We'll need artillery. Trains. I have 800 trains. I won't need them for a while. Trucks. I'm gonna need trucks. I'm gonna need tow to anti-air. I will not be using light tanks so they can go. I won't be needing mediums. And all of these are basic. I skipped over your air research. So you have improved small airframes with reasonable research. I suggest getting engine 3s early. They're really good. So you have airplanes that are of reasonable quality, but you're still producing the absolute basic of the basics. Just don't. Please just keep your equipment up to date. You're waging war way out of your league here. Fortunately, we have a reasonable stockpile of everything. We have 18,000 artillery pieces in reserve. Don't know how. Yeah, we actually have pretty decent reserves of equipment except for infantry equipment. So we're good here. We're good-ish. We're almost done. We're almost done here. I'm going to create a new template with just one horse in it in a bit, and we're going to use that for occupation. Everything on military governor except for Canada. That can be no garrison because they're about to be, well, occupied. China, local police force. Solomon Islands, local police force. And the UK will keep on military governor. Actually, I just put this on local police force as well. We need additional troops, so I'm going to add as many as I can. Highest priority on garrisons and reinforcement, obviously. 10 separate submarine fleets. And just to make things a little easier, I'm going to make a new template. Again, it's all annoying and organizing, but this is how we win. I'm going to make small hunter-killer packs of 15 submarines and apply that template to every single submarine fleet we have. In the main fleet, let's make 4 task forces, and their purpose will be obviously naval invasion support, but also just strike force in the Channel, the Eastern North Sea, Bay of Biscay. Just shield us. And construction is going to be limited to synthetics and military factories. Oh god, this country is in such a sorry state. It's so bad. How did you even get it to this point? I don't understand. Your intelligence agency is also hopelessly behind, so we'll deploy our spy and we'll start doing our cryptology once we have some civilian factories to work with, because you've done nothing. I don't understand how your country ended up looking like this. I guess we're gonna go then, as soon as everybody's in position. Fingers crossed here, boys. So, looks like we might actually make landfall, but where do we go from there? First order of business, cut there. You go to Kiel. Okay, so there are a lot of Russians here, but it might be fine because there's nobody actually in Kiel itself yet. He'll arrive in 2 days. He'll arrive in 9 hours. So let's pin you in position and hopefully walk into Kiel. You assist with the pinning. You also walk into Kiel. We've made landfall. These units all shore up the defense of the south, such as it is. But I've almost taken Kiel. If I take Kiel from there, the campaign can really get going. Okay, we have the port of Kiel. Everybody else ships across now to hold the south, including these 11 divisions. Everyone is committed now. Everyone. Hunker down and wait for the pain, because the Soviets will respond to this. It is inevitable. I have to make use of the fact that they haven't responded yet, just to take up advantageous positions now while I still can. So we've killed a couple of Soviets at least, so that's good. Okay, here is where we hunker down. I don't wanna and I can't take more than this. Every single division to the front now. We are committed. I'm going to replace von Kluge with von Rundstedt, mostly because he will give us more entrenchment through ambusher, more division recovery, more everything is, well, I need more of everything. I will be using last stand memory. Every little trick in my book will be used to ensure victory here. I think I control Mecklenburg as well, so more manpower, more factories. This is where the game really begins, and I just have to suffer now. Soviets are overrunning Free France. That's good, I guess. I hope they can draw it out. The rest of this is just horrible. As long as Portugal's fine, we're fine. I'm gonna now add support anti-air to my divisions. I can afford to. And I'm gonna quickly design a small garrison template that's gonna be cheaper to run long term. The downside, what I'm seeing here is that a lot of Soviet tanks, so I'm mildly suspicious, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm mildly suspicious that whoever sent this in was actually playing the Soviet Union and not Germany. And what I'm seeing here is their work. If I'm wrong, feel free to let me know. I'm always curious to see just what happened here to bring us to, well, this, which isn't great at all. I've also switched out to Rheinmetall for artillery designer, since that's what I mostly need to research, and then IG Farben for industrial concerns, since synthetics are the main focus of my industry research. I was expecting a little more resistance than what I'm encountering now. Let's just be hopeful that this works out long term. Any fresh production of infantry stuff is probably best spent on infantry equipment first, Air Force later. All right, let's just sit here and wait now. Soviet counterattacks should fail as long as the entrenchment is high enough. I should be able to ward off most Soviet attacks. Not really interested in doing all that much more. Yeah, I can probably hold this relatively easily as long as I can keep cycling units in and out of combat for this tile. This is a lot more defensive. It can be attacked from 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, yes, but it's forest, which helps, and it has major river crossing on 3 of the 4 sides, so it's good. It will hold. Yeah, just looking at the casualties, yes, I've lost 60,000 manpower. Let's see, it's been 6 months since I took over. 4, 5, yeah, I've lost 60,000 men, I admit, but I've killed a whole lot more Soviets than that I've lost Germans, so we will bleed the Soviet Union here if we can hold on to this. Their casualties have already shot up, so if we can bleed them of manpower and equipment here, we can then counterattack once more divisions can be deployed. Mostly going to be waiting until we have the equipment to do it, but I am confident that with a little bit of time, we can pull this off as long as nobody naval invades Portugal. Let's also crack the Soviet cipher. Is going to help long term. All these little things add up long term, things I definitely recommend you do as well before things turn this badly. So for most of this campaign, I will be looking at, well, this line, and I'm gonna try and slowly but surely expand from here. If I see an opportunity to attack without making my lines too long, I will do so, but for now, gotta sit here, wait until I can deploy and use these dudes, and then go from there. Now that I do have a little bit of army experience, I will also make the division that I will use for the offensives. It's going to be very budget for now, because again, we don't really have that much. 30 with motorized divisions, artillery heavy, and we will name these elite units after my members, but this mod doesn't work on existing save games, so I will have to do all these names manually. You know what? Through the magic of editing, I will now add everyone's name to a division. So for now, the members will serve as the motorized shock troops of the German Empire. The members of Bitter Steel will form the core of this fighting unit, and if you want to see yourself featured in a Bitter Steel video as one of the glorious soldiers, then I recommend you hit that subscribe button and also click that join button down there, and maybe you will see yourself featured as well. Okay, Wilhelm II just died. That's not good. Well, let's quickly go up another recruitment law. Well, long live the Kaiser. I guess we have a new Wilhelm. Damn it. Also notice you never really hired an army command. I'm gonna grab Professional Officer Corps, get me some army XP. After that, maybe grab Static Warfare to make my defense even better, or Smoke and Fire to bleed the enemy more and give us a bit of an offensive edge. Well, at least the Soviet fleet won't be a problem anymore. They got caught. Good. The submarines are doing the Lord's work. I'm raiding up and down the coast here, mostly to destroy a lot of Soviet convoys here, because this section of the Soviet Union, their front is cut off, except through sea, so these guys will have a hard time. And just to shield Greater Portugal, I don't need Greater Portugal getting invaded now. We're actually getting somewhere. Slowly, but we are getting somewhere. I don't feel super confident yet, but give me time. Give me time and I'll give you victory, or at least something resembling victory. Well, there goes the rest of the French fleet, so navally, we're doing fine. Once all the motorized is gathered, I'm gonna try and punch through towards Stettin, shore up the line, get some manpower out of Hinterpommern, get access to the factories, and we'll slowly but surely try to creep towards Berlin. The enemy is weakened. They are significantly weakened. They've burned through a lot of equipment and all these non-stop attacks against me. If I could just force out a couple more divisions here and there. Just a couple more. Already out of manpower, so unless I capture more territory, it's very urgent urgent that we already go to all adult serve. It's bad for the economy, I know, but we have very little options. Focus-wise, again, nothing we can do because half the focus trees are locked due to being occupied. Maybe air production. And we got a little bit of air now. We got a little bit of fuel. Let's get the Air Force up. And we're going to try and punch a hole through towards Stettin. It might not work. All right, so we got through. 2 more tiles. 2 more tiles. Come on. Come on. No! Immediately stopped. So I've been playing for an hour now. We've managed to inflict 2.5 million casualties on the Soviets, so I'm doing fine. Doing fine. Our losses aren't really that high. Just need like a good breakthrough moment. Get to Berlin. Get to Stettin. Just get my feet on the ground. Oh, Free France is winning now. We're gonna punch a hole through, but not to Stettin. Maybe to Stettin. Ah, maybe. No. Yes. No. No. Ah. Huh. Pearl Harbor just fell. Is Japan actually doing well? Yeah, it might be. They still haven't beaten China, but they've taken all of India and pretty much all of Southeast Asia. So I'm thinking China's not long for this world. That's bad. Soviets have just declared war on Japan. I guess it will distract the Soviet Union, but it makes it a little less likely that Japan's going to do well. Yeah, that's going to be annoying. Hilariously, the Soviets have lost all of the gains they've made in Free France. I'm guessing mostly because I've been convoy raiding the hell out of them. I don't know if that's a good thing because it was a nice little distraction for the Soviets. Right now, they got a lot of divisions on my borders, and I'm holding. I just can't go anywhere. We're gonna do it. We're gonna take Berlin. Come on. We took Berlin. That means I have manpower. Let's quickly get all of that manpower out. Yeah, get all of it out into a deployment because it will not last. And now we gotta hurry. We gotta hurry. Gotta hurry. So consolidate the line, solidify the front before everything goes bad. Push on Stettin because look at these bars. They're all so weak from constantly attacking. Yes! Okay, we're advancing. Belgium's not in the Allies or any other faction, so I could use the Belgian border as an anchor. If I could land troops somewhere here and rush down, or cut through the Soviet line here and push towards the Chinese front, I could then maybe destroy the Soviet troops there and put my back against Belgium, but I'll need more troops before I can do anything. I'm pretty pleased that we were able to push out, though. That was unexpected, but very, very welcome. We have a little bit of an industry now as well. I'm gonna design tanks. We're up to modern tanks already, so it's going to be modern tanks. These are going to be heavy hitters, advanced heavy cannons, modern all the way. I like Christie suspension, welded armor. Probably none of this is optimal, I fully admit, but I just want a heavy hitter that'll punch through the enemy lines and will give me glorious victory. And speed, of course. Glorious speed is demanded. Construction's going fine. We're getting stuff from refineries. We'll build more refineries. We'll build more military factories. It's starting to come together. Inch by inch, we retake the realm. Inch by inch, we push the Soviets back. We will not go quietly into the night. And with the Soviets that beaten down, I can actually push out across the river every now and then. Let's see an opportunity. I should probably just seize it. Inch by inch, we're creeping towards that Chinese line. Oh, we're gonna do it. Okay, so very unsophisticated and not very clean at all, but we have reached the front with China. That means, if I'm not mistaken, there is no military access for the Soviets here. No military access for the Soviets. And technically, this is now a very big pocket for the Soviet Union. So I'm gonna push back all the way to the Netherlands here using my motorized. It will open up a new front, yes, with the Yugoslav/Chinese faction, but it doesn't matter because those are not very strong. They're very busy and it allows me to hurt the Soviets. Just long story short, this is good. All these troops are gonna be starving because I'm convoy raiding the hell out of any sort of water near the shore. So these guys should not be getting supply. If I can keep the pressure up, they will die. They will die. There's no way they will survive this. They're gonna lose a lot of troops in this pocket. I'm gonna get a lot of my land back. Everything is coming up Millhouse here. There's some Chinese units here, some Yugoslav units. I'm not really worried about the Chinese/Yugoslav units though, because they're just not that good. They don't have the stamina that the Soviet Union does. They should really not pose that much of a problem. The only real problem here is the Soviet Union, and I think we're in a good position here. We're back on the map. We should be close to uncapitulated, I think, and we'll be able to reclaim faction. Oh no. Well, a little bit more and we'll be able to reclaim faction leadership. We shredded whatever remains of the Soviet Navy as well. We're gonna do it, boys. We're gonna do it. These brave souls, these 12 brave souls are doing it. As soon as I get more trucks and actually am able to produce a couple of these tank divisions, I will make more members. Soviets are collapsed. They're gone. Utterly destroyed, those units. I could go on a little offensive against Yugoslavia now as well, but it's gonna make my line very long, so I need to do this mathematically and systematically if I'm gonna do this at all. Let's clean up that Soviet pocket there first, and I'm thinking let's push towards Alsace-Lorraine if at all possible. Okay, so fun fact, it's actually possible that we might be able to make a run for it with the motorized. Keep the enemy's divisions pinned. I'm gonna make... I thought I would be able to make a run for it with the motorized, but... no, they're actually manning the Maginot. Imagine that. A couple more Yugoslav divisions for the slaughter. Yeah, for some reason, I'm not able to destroy these units because there's a Soviet fleet, or there's an enemy fleet in the way, and I don't know how to fix that. Yeah, I can't do anything here. That's annoying. Guess I just have to wait for them to move their fleets, I suppose. So I've halted all offensive operations against the Soviets for now. I'm mainly focusing on trying to get to the Swiss border through the Chinese/Yugoslav lines. It's gonna be expensive, but it's gonna make front organization a lot easier. All right, let's see if we can force a breakthrough here. Annoyingly, there's a whole lot of Yugoslav divisions here. I'm desperately trying to get to the Swiss border to anchor my line. So I have a dedicated front for the Soviets. I can leave a token force behind to shield myself from the Chinese/Yugoslavs, and then I just push hard towards the east while I can ignore the west. I have plans to deal with Yugoslavia, but right now I just want to set up my front in a way that I feel comfortable about. That said, though, I would feel very comfortable having more of my land, so let's keep pushing. What I love about the motorized is just how you can go anywhere. What I hate about the motorized is that sometimes the commands don't make any sense. The AI does things that do not make any sense whatsoever. I'll just have to make use of my speed to break through wherever I can. Attack, pin. Just go. Keep going. Outmaneuver the enemy. Oh, we're already at Munich. Ooh, if I can rush down to Innsbruck. Oh, yes. Everything's going so well. Don't screw this up now. I'm just hoping the Soviets haven't really caught their breath yet and are ready for a counterattack, because that would be very annoying. But I'm very confident right now that we'll be fine for now. So let's just keep things moving forward at ease. Okay, if we can make it to Innsbruck. We've made it to Innsbruck. I've cut my front in half. Okay, I need to take a breath, take a seat, and organize, because I need to do a lot of micro now. We need to push out. Oh, I could push even further, but the front lines would get too messy. So I'm gonna leave a unit here to guard this airfield. That would cut off the Italians or whatever. It makes for an excellent choke point. I must hold on to that choke point. I'm going to reorganize the motorized and then push them towards the west wall, or whatever remains of the west wall. Keep moving and start driving. The rest of the regular infantry will be required to do a lot of hard marching to fill the gaps now. I'm gonna need to recruit additional units, so more members are being recruited. I'm also gonna train more infantry as much as I can afford to. Oh, this is a lot of Yugoslavs. The upside is that Yugoslavia may be able to build this many divisions given enough time, but they will never be able to re-equip and resupply these divisions, no matter how hard they try. Their industrial base cannot handle the expenditure. Meanwhile, mine can. Mine most certainly can. I've pushed my way back to the west wall. I'm going to use the 24 divisions in position to hold this position. I don't think I want to push any further. Maybe if I can get a tile or two of the Maginot, I'd like to do that. Everybody else is getting reassigned to the Western Front, and the Western Front is going to go on a little field trip as soon as I've managed to reorganize. My plan is to start pushing east until I get to like Vienna. When I get to Vienna, I'm going to push south towards Trieste and Istria. If I can then cut that section off, if I can cut through here, I can mop up everything in the west at my leisure. because Yugoslavia will not be able to get there. Not when I sail my fleet in and sink everything and everything they ever put out. So we're good. All right, non-aggression pact from Turkey's nice. All right, road to Vienna is open. Go, 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 go to Vienna. And separate units down to Graz. I want to take as much territory as I can before I realize what's going on. Can I kill these guys yet? No. Do I need all adults serve at this point? I don't think I need all adults to serve at this point. I got plenty of manpower for my own territory, so I'm going to go back down to service by requirement. This may end up being a problem or a mistake, but we'll see when the time comes. We're going to push in as far as we can, take as many territories in the surrounding area before the actual Soviet troops show up, who might be a problem. The Yugoslav army is so out of position. They don't even have anything. I think if I'm quickly enough, I can blitz south and just make that encirclement happen. Meanwhile, I'm just researching random things to keep researching things. Really don't have to, but have to do something. My navy is so overpowering, there's nothing they can do. Line is getting a little thin here, so I would like to start deploying additional units. Oh, they're folding so fast. They're folding quicker than a cheap suit. I'm gonna reclaim Italy in record time. As long as the Eastern Front holds while I do that, it's all okay. I just have to make sure I don't get too overconfident. With Italy, I at least put an ally back on the map, so I need friends. Germany itself is incredibly powerful, but you know, having some friends does help. Nationalists, yes! Oh, Spain's gonna open up another flank. We can kill everything now. We've got this. That is gonna be the end of Yugoslavia in Western Europe. And then I can focus my full strength on crushing the Soviets. Italy is pretty much entirely liberated. Oh man, I've pissed off the Soviets. They're attacking me, but I should be fine. I don't expect them to really be able to hurt me effectively. No, they're just really angry. Another encirclement. All right, our troops have made it to Belgrade. That's nice. There goes Yugoslavia. Bit greedy, Greater Portugal. All right, all right. I respect the hustle, though. I respect the hustle. Well, with those borders redrawn, a lot of our friends are going to be free. Let's rush the motorized in as well, so we can go down into Greece and get the Soviets out of there. Motorized breakthrough already towards Istanbul. Let's see if we can get there. If I can set up there. Oh, it's so much easier to manage these fronts if I can just take a couple of vital provinces, set up defensive troops there, and be done with it, instead of having to fight my way through every single time. So we're putting our friends back on the map with the Balkan pretty much clear. Let's focus on retaking our own lands now. I think it's very important that we get more of Germany back, so we're no longer capitulated and we can actually take control of the faction again. I am also out of trucks. Maybe I should make some more trucks. I am burning through them at a slightly alarming rate. Fortunately, I have a lot of places to build now. Encirclements, encirclements, the lifeblood of this channel. With every one we kill more Soviets. I'm out of stuff to research. Well, mostly out of stuff. It's 1947. It's time we deal the death blow. Once this pile of Soviets dies, I'm still recruiting. No, I'm not. I should be recruiting a couple more. Actually, why? I have all the men I need to kill the Soviets at this point, so just gonna use my trucks to do nice, clean pockets. But other than that, I'm just going to slice up chunks of Soviet army, and they're going to die. Well, now that the trucks are through, yeah, I just need to keep redeploying my infantry behind the lines, and then I drive wherever the hell I want to. I'm going to set up on the shore here. Let's liberate more of our land. Let's go for a little trip up there. Meanwhile, the infantry follows behind, cleans up the pockets, and in a little bit, there won't be a Soviet army left. I promise you that much. Motorized may not have the hardness of tanks, and I wish I had more tanks. Speaking of tanks, am I making any? I'm making plenty. To ease the casualties I'm taking in doing this, I'm going to switch out for a couple of modern tank divisions. They're not going to be huge, but they will be impactful, I'd say. Full infantry offensive. We break them here. We end it. It's going to cost me, but we will break them. Oh, I'm also no longer capitulated, so I'll be taking that faction back. Thank you, Portugal. And Germany is once more leader of the Central Powers. Beautiful. I will need to trade for a lot of... Yeah, Portugal, I'm going to need a lot of tungsten. The trucks have done what I wanted them to do mostly, so I'm gonna stop with the insane advance and try to create some, I don't know, some pockets here. Ah, that is a lot cleaner. And now we kill that bulge. Is this not why you watch my channel? these pockets. And they're gone. They're all gone. Oh, looks like the fast units managed to break through again. It would be incredibly funny if I could now, from here, actually link up with the Polish front. I mean, this is ridiculous if I can pull it off. So I doubt I'd be... No. No way. Oh, this is ridiculous. Okay, so let's make that a little less ambitious into something I can actually manage. And we're gonna go for a trip there. And from this side, we're gonna break through there. Go on. Go on. Go on. This is so stupid. I love it. It's so stupid and I love it. All right, let's keep the pain train going. We're gonna kill that massive pocket as well. I love this. Oh, this is why I play these disaster saves, so I can do these stupid things. Oh, that is so many Soviet divisions we just memed out of existence. What's this? Harry Truman betrays the German Empire. Okay. The United States has declared that she will now fight for the Allies. Well, yes, you are in the Allies. I know. There's really nothing else for me to do here but now kill the Soviet Union, which is really not going to be all that difficult. Units go wherever they damn well please. Let's try another all-out infantry offensive. Just want this to be over with. And the new German army already closing in on Leningrad. This is all going to be over soon. Well, there goes Leningrad, and with Leningrad apparently... Oh, no, that's China that just died. Well, I guess I'll be taking stuff here. And with that Yugoslav peace deal, we've created an abomination. So we have Italy taking some stuff. We have, well, everybody near Yugoslavia taking some stuff. And then for some reason, they survive. I don't even know anymore. So we've got a German Yugoslavia under Gavrilo. And then we've got a Yugoslavian Confederation under Peter II. I don't know. Let's just ignore that and focus on killing the Soviet Union. Oh, there goes Moscow. Oh, I'll just give up Stalin. It's over. And with the breakout of my armor right through the Turkish lines. Well, Turkey's also dead, so that's another problem resolved, I suppose. Peace deal! Oh, it's over. We've killed the Soviets. We can end it now. And with that, we've turned it around. The Central Powers are now in control. We went from having just the United Kingdom under our control, just the Isles at that, to re-establishing dominance on the continent. Everything is perfectly under our control. We have a big German Russia under this man. We also have a Russian Federation under Kerensky doing things for some reason. I don't know why. The Republic of Iran is in the Allies. Okay, that's great. Yeah, this is still a mess, but a mess we can very likely win. Considering we already have a foothold in Canada, all I really need to do is continue my buildup of ports, start pushing into Canada, and as I get access to more ports, the infrastructure improves and just I get momentum. I can very easily crush the Americans at this point, and once America falls, that's it. It's just America left, I think, to die. Yep, just the United States. Well, Ethiopia is also here, and apparently German Romania. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was actually a very challenging start. It was super fun to get this going. I heartily recommend anyone else wanting to try this to check out the link in the description. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.